when the goal is to store the mug in the kitchen cabinet, but the problem is whether to store it upside down or not, then you have a typical ENTJ-ISTP relationship in basic terms. The goal is mostly similar, the approach not so much, and that is why our video today will be looking at both personality traits and what happens when the commander meets the crafter. The introverted sensing thinking perceiving as one of the 16 identified personality types by Myers-Briggs type indicator are result-oriented, rational, have an easygoing attitude that allows them to enjoy new experiences, and are practical in their problem-solving approach. ISTPs are motivated by the freedom to work, flexible schedules, and exploring how things work. ENTJs, on the other hand, are naturally skilled leaders who embody charisma, self-esteem, and confidence. Known as the commanders, leaders, or generals, one of the ENTJ's strengths is that they are very good at problem solving because they are very competitive. Winning is everything to an ENTJ. Looking at these personality traits, let's have a breakdown of what happens when ISTPs meet ENTJs. The first thing you would notice when dealing with the crafter or commander is their personality. They are both thinking personalities and prefer logical decision-making. While ISTP prefers to observe and focus on the specifics, ENTJs enjoyed paying attention to the bigger picture. Because of an ENTJ's desire to have long-term plans that are systematic, they clash when they come into contact with ISTPs, who get bored once a task is completed. ENTJs focus on possibilities, approaching challenges with imagination and innovation, while the laid-back version of the ISTP prefers to focus on the present, learning and understanding how things work, and are more interested in practical applications than in abstract ideas. These differences may not look like much until you put them together for a particular task, and that is why soon enough in the video, we'll also analyze the work style of both the crafter and the commander. The second comparison to make when it comes to an ENTJ and an ISTP is their response to conflict. While ENTJs perceive conflict as a means to open discussions for a good argument and usually stick to their viewpoints on a matter, ISTPs love conflict because it gives them an opportunity to fix things. ENTJs don't hold on to grudges and usually employ direct reasoning during conflicts, making them appear insensitive and inconsiderate to the emotions of others. ISTPs, who in certain circumstances have also been described as insensitive, are more practical, quick, and solution-oriented to the point where they ensure that things are resolved as quickly as possible. People who are similar in thinking don't always make the perfect team, and this is evidently shown when the crafter meets the commander. ENTJs are automatic leaders in their workplace, whether they are formally appointed or not. The ENTJ's personality is very passionate, strategic, and driven, having respect for structure, goals, and rules at the workplace. They expect others to follow suit. However, if you're dealing with an ISTP, that is probably not going to happen. ISTPs value their independence and autonomy. They are individuals who are more likely to carve out their own paths in an organization. ISTPs use their experience and information they have processed from the outside world to contribute to their team. Take classic ISTP Jack Dorsey, for example, who in several ways has displayed unconventionality, choosing not to have an office but to work only with an iPad as he moves around. ISTPs have what typologists call subjective logic, which means they are less inclined to rely on someone else's set of rules and are more likely to construct theirs. In every institution, especially those that seek to thrive for a very long time, problem-solving skills have utmost premium. How does the commander approach problems as against the crafter? Subscribe to this channel, as we will be giving you more of what happens when an ENTJ meets an ISTP. The fourth difference between an ENTJ and an ISTP is in their interpersonal skills. The outlook of both personality traits on relationships and interactions is pretty much the same. Both are less inclined to express a lot of emotion. There are some slight differences, however. While ENTJs are usually confident and deal with people and other matters in a straightforward manner, ISTPs are friendly but very practical in their interpersonal interactions. They have a more easygoing personality because of their love for thrill and new experiences. ENTJs are more fixated and can easily come off as excessively critical because they can barely process their emotions and have difficulty reasoning with the emotions of others. Also, both the ENTJ and ISTP have incredible skills when it comes to problem solving. Here again, the goal is the same, but the approach is completely different. While ISTP solve problems linearly and deliberately, focusing on specifics and pursuing last-minute opportunities, ENTJs solve problems more conceptually and efficiently. An ISTP quietly observes his surroundings in detail, creating this inner framework for how things operate. ISTPs like to delve deeply into the reasonings of things. Carl Jung said of the ISTP that he is quick to discern untruth, but less likely to know what is true unless all angles have been explored. ENTJs make decisions based on fact, critical thinking, and reasoning. Focus on finding the right solution and seeing problems as challenges that need to be surmounted. When the commander meets the crafter, a lot of positive things and negative things could happen. Compromises and understanding are all what each party needs in dealing with the other. Are you an ENTJ or ISTP? If yes, tell us in the comment section how you feel about each point raised. We'll come your way again, and until then, enjoy the rest of your time.